Long time no see. At least that's how it feels. What is everyone up to tonight? I am going to be making some snakes. So I pre-made a couple of the heads, so that only leaves the tail that I can mess up. And I forgot to grab some polyfill. I'm back. Had to have this. Hi, Rose. Hi, Jennifer, Lisa, Misty. It was kind of a last-minute decision to do the live. Hi, Nick, Diane, Susanna. Rain got us canceled, which I was fine with. I've been watching that forecast all week. Hi, Tracy, Lisa, Ida, Nancy, Fran. Hello, hello. Yeah, I've been watching the weather forecast all week, and it didn't get any better. And this morning, I told John, I really hope they cancel it before we drive all the way there. So, hi Tracy, Desiree, Cheryl. Yeah, didn't hurt my feelings at all that it was canceled. 70% chance? No, thank you. Hi Sylvia, Jill, hello. So, what have you guys all been up to? We haven't chatted in forever. At least it feels like it's been forever. All I've been doing is work, work, work. Although I did go and get my eyes checked yesterday, and I'm still blind. Hi, Amy. Yep, still can't see without the glasses. And since these are so old, the prescription changed a whole bunch. Hi, Nancy. Testing for Kalis and kitties. Cats are always good. You are on holiday. You knit an emotional support chicken in plush yarn. It was huge. Hey, Sue. Hi, Sharon. Someone else changed their name. Someone that's been binge watching all my older videos. It used to say Connie, now it says something else. I was like, trying to be sneaky, huh? When do I get my new glasses? I said it'd be 7 to 10 days. Heather. Seems odd to be here, doesn't it? It's sprinkling now. We did get a storm come through, Sue, and it's been making lots of noise. But I'm sure if it's still raining near you, where my market was at, it's probably still raining. You signed up for 2 markets today, Lisa? Well, I hope they're good ones. Hi, Janine. Hi, Dara, Melody. So, yep, just making a snake. I am almost all out of the mystical ones. And like the only colors that I have left are orange. still raining there. Very noisy. So I went ahead and pre-made a bunch of the little heads. That's the biggest place you can mess up at. And that only leaves me with being able to mess up the tail, because the rest of it is just like go round and round and round. And I did one so I could just measure up next to it to see if I'm long enough yet. And then I have my tags with me so I can tag them. Rose, I am not sorry I got rained out. I mean, because this one I wasn't expecting it to be very good this time. You know, the last two here were pretty slow. So I wasn't upset at all. I'd rather them cancel it ahead of time than let me drive all the way there and set up and say it's rained out. Yes, I was happy, Heather. The Florida heat was too much for outdoor markets. You know, I'm just a glutton for punishment. It's not braveness, that's for sure. Plus, I didn't get a chance to make the few things that I really wanted to get made for today. Jenna came over on Thursday, so I spent the afternoon with her, which cut into my time. Plus I had the eye appointment Thursday. And then, seems like something went on Wednesday too. I don't remember. Just, you know, it's just how things go. How do you stabilize your neck and heads of your amigurumis? Well, I'm a super firm stuffer. But then it depends on what you're doing. If you look at, what's her name? The Friendly Red Fox, her blog, she has a thing where, say your neck is 12 stitches around, you'll make a tube that is 11 stitches, 1 stitch less than what your actual neck is. So you make the tube and stuff it down in there, stuff the tube, and then you'll stitch it through the neck to help hold it in place, and that gives you a nice firm head or neck. Misty, yes, doing summer markets is definitely stubbornness, but my motive behind the one that canceled today, and these people are really good. If they cancel it because of rain, they credit you for the next market or issue a refund. So I'm fine with that. I'm not losing anything at all from missing tonight. But my motive was because I wanted to make sure I had a spot for season. There you go, Melody. I was just saying it's been a long time. Fran, I feel for your grandson. If he has to deliver mail, if he's a carrier and has to deliver it out in this heat, I feel for him. I would not want that job at all. Foam rollers work, yep. And that's less work. It is unusual. I was like really surprised. You know, they can't control the weather any more than we can control the weather. So, but they are very good about it. This is the second time. Hi, Barbara. You're making your own pattern for your own keeping. Would like to have a free copy. It will be very special. Huh. I'm confused with that question, Jose. Is Mary here? Maybe. I haven't seen her. Let's see, did I miss her? The only blue I see is you, Heather. Hi, Stacy. Yes, now I can crochet all weekend. Oh, would I like to have it? Sure, you can send me a copy. My email's is in all the videos. You signed up for a September market? I'm not sure I've done one in September to know if September's a good month or not. Oh, you're good, Jose. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done a September one. Yeah, we're not there yet. You've done both the extra section for the inside of the neck and the hair curlers. Both work well. That is good to know, Dara. Hello from California. Oh my goodness. It is so warm and muggy. Even with my fan going, it is very warm and muggy. Let's see. People here will buy Halloween items big time. Where is here? Crochet by Ennis. Where is here? Just found out you got that small September market. At least it's indoors. Indoors would be nice. I forgot what an indoor market was like. It's been so long. Oh no, I have AC. It's just, it's not keeping up with the humidity. It's, you know, having to work overtime. Let's see. How about if the neck is bigger than the foam roller, because I do use the foam rollers, but that's not thick enough. Then do like I suggested and make that tube and stick in there. Heather, I'd take that ice box in a heartbeat. I just told John I can't wait for winter to get here. I know all you guys that get snow and stuff, y'all don't want it that fast, but when you get 10 months a year of summer, it's too much. I noticed you crochet a lot. How do you get everything done? How much of your day is focused on crocheting? I have no life, so I crochet a lot. And I'm here most of the time by myself, so keeps me busy. You booked a market on September 27th and hoping it's good because the fee was $150. You would hope, yes, for $150 that it would be a really good market. Let's see. Oh, you saw my Sam Halloween doll. Now I have to make one with tendonitis flare. Sorry. Let's see. We don't even get that. It just goes hot all the time. We don't get to see the changing of the leaves, none of that good stuff. It's just hot. Let's see. Am I getting close? I am. I'm getting close. Yay. No, we got rained out. They canceled, which I'm glad they canceled it before we drove all the way there. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You've been working on Labubu's and Oogie Boogies? I finished another Oogie Boogie. I started it last night and was finishing it up this morning and just got it finished. Was charging all my lights and everything. Was down to the last set of lights when I got the message that the market was canceled. What's the temperature like out there? Well, it is not 118. I'm not exactly sure what it is outside. It's super humid. It's probably about 93 out there. All last week we were hitting 100. Am I making good money on Labubus? I have sold 3. And I've made 5. So what I'm noticing is some of the other booths are getting in the fake Labubus that look like a real Labubu. They're small, like the bag charms. And because those are available, they're not really wanting the crochet version. Y'all can have some of this rain every day. $111 is too hot. Heather, that's a hefty fine. You've made 2 Labubus and sold 2? Yeah, I don't want to make a whole lot of Halloween, but there are just a couple of things that I want to make. Mainly because I like them. Not necessarily because somebody else is going to like them, but because I like them. You made one with eyelashes for light blue Labubu. Might try selling it at my next table. It's worth a try. I mean, definitely put it out there. But like I said, I've just noticed that, like, not this last time, but the market before last, where we did really badly. The press-on nails person that was next to me, they were selling the fake Labubus. So my crocheted Labubus didn't have a chance when you had those that look more realistic right next door. That's funny. So Jose says that when I showed the black and white dog in Wednesday's video, that his dog just perked right up like it was real. That's cool. Started working on fall patterns. Oh, I wouldn't even know what to do with some fall weather. I would be just like in heaven. I just, Okay, so now I need 18. I would actually like to see it snow here sometime, but I won't hold my breath on that one either. Summer has been extremely hot and humid. Get rid of the humidity. It's not so bad. I mean, it's still not good, but it's not as bad. Mary, you decided to join us. Heather was looking for you. See, this morning it was 75, and you thought you were imagining it. Yeah, if it was 75 here, it would definitely be in my imagination. What's your favorite S word? Snow. Oh. Yeah, I still have my window shakers. I didn't get rid of them. I can't live without my AC. Soon we probably won't be able to use our barbecues. Oh, must be certain parts of Texas there, Tracy. You had a reaction to the new medicine. Are you okay? Mary? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. Okay. You know what I hate? When you go to the mall and they sell crochet items, but you know it's not homemade, especially from the one selling them. It's probably from Temu. So there was, when I was at the Good Market, this lady come around asking if I sold the flowers. And I think the flowers are gorgeous, but that yarn's too small for my little hands to handle. My hands would hurt so bad. I could never try and mass produce. But the booth she was looking for, you know it was a Temu booth. There's no way. They have way too many, like, too many on hand in stock for them to be making it themselves. They are definitely from Temu. In the mountains, snow, not a good thing. Well, I need snow. Okay. So now we're going to decrease. Two. Let's see. Now you also sew sometimes. You might try sewing a few dolls, toy sleeping bags, lots of easy tutorials here on YouTube. Something different for your markets. I would love to be able to sew some more. I just need to do it. Stop making excuses. And did I like forget something? I feel like I got done with this really fast. Yes, Jose, if you have to crochet tightly with the acrylic and stuff, boy, you have to admire the people that can do it, because that is rough on the hands. Yeah, I have a few, Paula, I have a few of those made, but I don't know. I have this thing like, oh, I need to have about a dozen to be able to take them and set up. I don't know, just for presentation's sake. And I know I don't really need that many. What kind of shark did you make, Sue? Finished up a peekaboo pixie in a pumpkin house from the Wonder Crochet. Oh, I saw her little thing on Instagram about those. Those are cute. Yeah, I can do some flowers too, but they hurt my hands. And they don't look as nice when you use the thicker yarn as they do with the other yarn. Okay, so yeah, it's about the same length as the other one. So that's one done. You made 3 nibbles in the past 24 hours. Mary, did you see what your message said? Oh, I wish I could highlight it and put it up for everybody to see. Dara, Teresa's Crochet Shop has a decent hammerhead pattern. Okay, so the yellow one is finished. I didn't bring the basket over here. So now we're gonna do blue. Like I said, I did the heads because the heads are the part that I would mess up trying to talk and read and crochet at the same time. Ooh, how did I end up with 2 needles out here? Just a regular shark. Yeah, the whale sharks are pretty cool. They're fun to make. Let's see. Have you done many crochet plants and pots? I had done like cactus, and I had made a bunch of them in a little pot, and I have sold them all. And then when I went to make them again, I couldn't find my pot pattern. And you know, I could totally do it on my own. I don't need the pattern, but I didn't want to think. So, because I couldn't find the one that I had originally used, I just said, nope, not going to do it right now, and I never got back to it. You had to stop crocheting plushies for a while. A custom order for 4 ponchos. Yeah, that will take a while. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Nobody's chatting enough, I guess. You would think they would be. What is this? Well, let's see. It says Lab, Carol, and Nancy with an A are the top 3 top fans. So I don't know what that means in this chat, because is there chat filter, top messages? Nope. That's not it. Nope. That's not it. I don't know if there's something I have to turn on or not. See, I haven't had a live since they started that, so I don't know how it works. I just know I see it in everybody else's. It's at the top of my screen, says top fans. You made plant pots and flowers for Mother's Day, still have them, not a big seller. Some people do really good with them. You know, that's like the people that say they sell a ton of loaf cats, or they sell a ton of maple chicken, or those bullet bees. Some things sell good some places and just don't sell in other places. You were number 3 until now. Nick, you're being too quiet then. You have to chat more. Had your first crochet sale at home and made 300. I would be excited too. Maybe whoever has a crown just hasn't written in a bit. Well, then you'd think it would go to someone else. Aha, I see a crown. Carol Snyder has a crown. So they're there. You're making another chicken. That huge one inspired. And you're knitting these, or are you crocheting them, Nick? You would love to learn how to make a big octopus. Well, you just kind of like get a pattern and follow it. If you already know how to crochet and in the round and all that, you should be able to do it pretty easily following a pattern. Chatting does bring up the points. Yes, it does. Knitting. You can knit for several hours, but can only crochet for 1 hour, maybe 2. That's all that Bernat blanket, but you kind of got to use what you have. It's too expensive not to. A goth chicken. Hi, Donna. What Hello Kitty pattern do I use? I've only made a couple of Hello Kitty, and they're the free patterns from Wonder Crochet on her blog. I've sold them both. I just never went back and made another one. And they are a pretty good size. Most of Allison's older patterns are very large. Just my skills are basic and I don't know how to read a pattern. I'm not picking on anybody, but it surprises me when people say they don't know how to read a pattern. It's just like reading a map. In the pattern, there is a key that tells you what all the abbreviations stand for. So if it says SC, that means single crochet. If it has a comma, that's the only single crochet, and you move on to the next step. You have to look at the map key to know what the different meanings are. So it amazes me a lot when people say they don't know how to read a pattern. Does anyone crochet Smurfs? I have not crocheted a Smurf. You just started crocheting this past year and you love it. It is very fun. Yep, you always read the whole pattern first before you start. And there's a key that'll tell you what all the different things mean. Any good designer worth their weight in a grain of salt will have a key, just like reading a map. Now, charts are completely different, Nick. That's totally different. But if you get a stitch dictionary, I think I have one right here. I do. Not that one. There we go. One of these. It has this is actually how I learned to read the charts. Somewhere in here it will tell you what the different things mean. Like, they have the key. Some of them are quite difficult. Like this is your basic single crochet, double crochet, half double, triple, and all that good stuff. Thank you, Portia. And Nancy, thank you. This is how I learned to read them, was with this exact book. And if you don't know, that's what she's talking about with the chart. So, yep, that's how I learned, was that. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I did that. You read that. You skipped my comment.
I didn't see you.
Yeah, you skipped my comment.
I didn't see you. I was looking at something else.
I didn't see you. I was looking at something else.
Thank you, John.
That was the first one.
Okay, well, I didn't see it. Excuse me. Anyhow, he wanted credit, you guys. Yeah, just the key. You just got to read the key. And as long as you know how to do a chain and a single crochet and a double crochet, you can pretty much do it all. Thanks, everybody. I'm not picking on John. Yes, I am. He likes it when I pick on him. If I didn't pick on him, he would think I was mad at him. You still have trouble with some patterns when they are not written like... We all have that problem, Rose. I've run into quite a few of them lately where I just sit there and stare at it for a bit and then think to myself, I'll never buy another pattern from this person again. I've had quite a few of them that lately. John is a really nice guy. Yeah, I didn't see it because I was looking for that book. No, he's not going in the shed tonight, Mary. It's too humid out there. Too many mosquitoes. That would just be mean. You didn't tell me it was your birthday and I am supposed to be your favorite. Heather, that's because you weren't paying attention in the last video. I said that I was going to be at market on my birthday and that I had scheduled a market on John's birthday because I had to be at market on my birthday. Heather is busted. Everybody's busted. Oh. Paula, he would absolutely miss it if I didn't pick on him. Seriously, he would think I was mad at him if I wasn't picking. Oh, Mary, nobody will be able to hear you. You bought some granny square card decks, so you're going to learn the graphs. Love the dogs you have crocheted. Yeah, those were some pretty cool ones, especially that Jack Russell Terrier. That was very cool. Sue, are you being a bully? I'm just kidding. You know I'm kidding. Sweating. Have I ever made a Yorkie? I don't think so. But that one shop where I got that Jack Russell Terrier pattern, she's got some pretty cool ones there. Some of them look pretty complicated though. Can you adopt him? You might want to give him back once you get him. Anybody know of a good caterpillar pattern? Well, from Jade has that one that's, I guess you would call it articulated. Those are pretty easy. But if you want it in a solid piece, I have no idea on that one. Yes, Dave did make me laugh today. He said the bad word. Or the bad phrase, I should say. Toby misses me, Jose. He misses being able to steal all my plushy body parts. We haven't talked about that cat on the windowsill over there, but that is Pillow Cat from Gabby's Dollhouse. It's huge. It is absolutely huge. I mean, giant. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. It's what, can I remember? Let's see. Is it 68 stitches? I think, if I remember right, it's 68 stitches around. And you have eight, I think, 8 rows of each of the different colors. Makes this long tube. It's giant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's eight rows of each color of the 4 colors. Then you have the yellow on the front and the back, the big legs, the tail. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Jennifer, I had the opportunity to try one skein of that Elise Voluto, and it was very nice. I just wasn't impressed that one skein didn't do very much. Let's see. Jose, you should take your bag with you and work on it there. Gives you something to do. It'll make the time fly past. You made Pilot the pit bull. It turned out so cute. The pattern was left-handed and a real challenge. You know, I'm really not sure if I understand how it would make a difference if it's left-handed or right-handed, with the exception of if there was a spot and it was on the right eye for a right-handed person, it would be on the left side for a left-handed person. So I'm not really sure I understand the difference when it comes to reading the pattern like that. Let's see. Is it Bernat? The one that has the big skeins. Bernat has, yeah, theirs are pretty good size. I think it's 220 yards. The Elise is, Heather, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it 74 yards in the Elise? One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, I still have 7. I'm looking at the left-handed talk. How many hours did that take me? It took me, I don't know, I started working on it in the evening, and then it got late and I got tired, so I went to bed and finished it up the next day. But mainly it was just the sewing part the next day. But it definitely did my hands in. I had to take a little break. I did make a smaller size on my own. So the person writing the pattern makes it a left-handed pattern. Okay. How much do you ask for nibbles about your pattern and was curious? I've heard people say $20 to $25. Some people even higher. I know Mary gets 28 for hers, I believe. And I've seen one other YouTuber that says they have theirs priced at $48, which I think is ridiculous, but you know, everybody has to price what they think their stuff is worth. Left-handed here. Only time I had an issue with the pattern is this Mickey Mouse making has the color change in the front of the overalls instead of it being in the back. That's interesting. Didn't realize it till I got down to the legs. Oh, that would be awful. You're right-handed but crochet with your left? Oh no. No, I couldn't do that. My left hand is like challenged. It won't work like that. What's a nibble? Nibbles is a mouse that holds a cookie. And if I had one in here, I'd show it to you, but I do not. It is packed up in the market bags. That's what I'm thinking, pocket snuggies. That the only thing that would be different, I mean, and I could be thinking wrong, is like if the spot is supposed to be here, if you're crocheting the opposite direction, the spot is going to be over here. But everything else should be the same, you would think. I don't know. Let's see. I have a 6-month-old son who is already crawling. My daughter just turned 2, and I'm prepping for my first market this month. Emily, you do need some prayers. That's a lot. Half the time I forget his tail too. I have to go back and add it. Let's see. Not almost a couple more rounds. Let's see. I don't know how this combo started, but I think it'd only be relevant if the creator is left or right-handed, is for a video tutorial. That I agree with. So my oldest daughter's husband, their daughter, and son, all three are left-handed. My oldest is the only one in the house that is right-handed. So what they do is sit across the table from each other. So if Bianca needs to see how to do something, she's seeing it kind of the right way, if that makes any sense. Instead of sitting side by side, they sit across the table from each other so that it doesn't look backwards to her. To attach the cookie, and you skipped, yeah. Well, when you get to the cookie, you're at the end. Deb, we all have, I could just call it fat finger disease. You know, back when I used to manage 7-Eleven stores and I had to run the cash register and hit the wrong button, it would be, I have fat finger disease. Just can't hit the right button for nothing. It is, Nibbles is actually it's like one of my top 4. I wish I could say for the full year, but the information's only in my square since March. So from March, April, May, June, July, it's like in my top 4. Myrtle the Turtle, these snakes I'm working on, the chicks and eggs, and Nibbles the Country Mouse, Cookie Mouse. Those are my top 4. Nibbles is definitely my best-selling pattern. Well, I take that back. My Granny Stitch bucket hat is my best-selling pattern. But for plushies, Nibbles is my best-selling pattern. Not that I have a lot of them, but it is my best-selling pattern. Oh, I just dropped my stitch. Let's see. Crochet a martini in her hand. Bubbles, it's just the cutest. Fun to do. Who's Marcia from Mimi Makes Keepsakes? She just did, I think it was her. She did a Nibbles and gave him a strawberry. It looked really cute with that. Aaliyah, it is my birthday. They weren't joking. Well, Jill, that always happens. If somebody is doing good with a design or whatever you want to call it, pattern, then all of a sudden you'll see dozens of them come out. And it seems like they all come out at the same time. Like one person could be working on a dragon, just as an example, in a certain position, but then all of a sudden you'll see a dozen patterns of a dragon all in similar positions. It's really odd how that works. Made the avocado, but haven't made him. You need to make him. He's so cute. Yeah, but you can't control it. You can only hope you're first and get the bulk of the novelty of it before all the other patterns start coming out. Hi, Christine. You bought specific yarn for nibbles, so it'll happen. Okay. I want to see it. Got to see it when it's done. Ugh. Did John bake me a cake? No, he did not bake me a cake, but he cooked me a nice steak dinner with baked potato and broccoli. I'd rather have that than the cake anyways. Thank you, Christine and Lisa. And he cooked it early so that I could eat before I came on the live instead of sitting here going, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry, I gotta go. Okay. It's hard to do when it gets real thin like this. You know, the tube, like I'm down to 4. Let's see, I'm all over the place when it comes to colors. I've used green and burgundy. What colors are more popular on the dumpster? I've done them in all colors too. I tend to stay away from pastels because dumpsters aren't pastel. Tan, green, blue. I don't think a dumpster's in your area. What color are they? That way, I mean, you don't have to stick to it, but I think people can relate to what it is a little bit more. Let's see. Well, you know what else would be cool? And who was I think I was talking to Mary about this today. Stacy's new pig pattern, Louie, in the overalls. If you did 3 of those, or even 1, and put it with the 3 Little Pigs book, that would be really cool. Yeah, he did get me pre-packaged cupcakes. And yes, I had one. And he got me some Reese's peanut butter cups, but I have not gotten into those. And my favorite potato chip, which I'm supposed to be eating a low salt diet now, so I have not gotten into those. To enlarge your B, you added rows to the original pattern overall. What B? Yes, it does come with a sign. And you can print it out and laminate it. I mean, they're perfect. I saw one, because I was looking for a book, like to see what color clothes they wore. And I saw one book cover where all 3 of the pigs were in overalls. No shirts, just overalls. And I think it was red, blue, and yellow, if I remember correctly. And then I went back to find it again and couldn't find it. Oh, candy corn. You know what? So many people don't like candy corn. I love candy corn. I could sit and munch on that all day. Is your favorite potato chip flavor ketchup? It is not. Although, I do like ketchup. And it cannot be generic ketchup. It has to be real ketchup. My favorite potato chip, oh, he's even a little bit shorter too. My favorite potato chip is sour cream and onion. No, I lost my tag. Well, it's not on the floor. I guess it got mixed in with the other ones. That's all right, I have more here. I have plenty because it's been a while since I've made snakes. Three pigs in overalls sounds adorable, yes. Okay, so now we have three. Now I need to make sure that I'm not cutting these short. So that was yellow, blue, we finished. Now I have this, what color is this? Get back over there with yours. This is berry. Grab a big handful and then put them in like, oh, these are a bit too much. Yeah, they can be, but if you just eat a couple at a time, several times a day, it's like munching on them all day. You talking to me, Sue, or are you talking to Heather about watching the hands? My hands are feeling it today. That's why I decorated eyes. There you go. Now I know who you're talking to. Because I'm being nosy. Don't do too much. Watch those hands. Yep. Not a fan of sour cream and onion. It's the onion part. You can't even really taste it on the potato chips. I just like the salt. And now I'm not supposed to have it. Oh no, I would not do salt and vinegar. That's too much. Pickled potato chips are good. But in those you can only eat so many or your mouth will feel like it's just raw. Did you make a mess with those eyes, Sue? That's the only reason I don't do it, is I am too messy. But then I saw a reel on Instagram where the person took, what's it called, Mod Podge, and covered the front of their eyes. Now they were dipping it in like nail polish that was in water and trying to do, that's really messy. I've tried that before. I don't like it. But I thought that would be probably perfect for me to be able to use the resin and not ruin the eyes, because I am so messy with it. I can't, it's kind of like watercolor. I can't control the water. I can't control the resin. It goes everywhere. See, you have a hard time crocheting things where I have to connect. Can't seem to get it, but I'm connect four legs. That's not too bad. It can be awkward, that's for sure. You don't like pickled potato chips? Let me guess, you like plain and barbecue. The needle felting looks really cool, but I'm afraid I'd probably stab myself. You like plain or jalapeno? Jalapeno's not too bad. I can only do so many of those too. The pickle ones are great. You just cannot eat very many. Still have Sue. Oh, I see Crafty Sue at number 1. Sue's been pretty chatty tonight. Heather's at number 2. Jose is at number 3. I don't know. See, I had the main channel notification on. Now I have the second channel on too. I don't know what that means. Zapp's New Orleans Flip. I haven't tried Zapp's chips. We're making you hungry? In these lives, we seem to talk about food quite often. That and very strange ads, which I'm not going to bring up because I don't want to think about that ad. Good-looking guys, actors, that is, old school actors. Yes, Jose, you are number 3. Do you see the crown next to your name with the number 3 next to it? That means you talk a lot, but not more than Sue and Heather. One YouTuber you follow has 2 channels. I've noticed quite a few YouTubers have several channels. I have enough keeping up with 1. And then I'm very bad at keeping up with Instagram. And I don't know how they do it. They must have help. I just don't see how. Sue, plain chips are kind of boring. Unless you have a dip to go with it. You're almost 50 years ago and your girlfriend still talk about it. One day we might do it again just for fun. I don't know what you're talking about. You made a loaded potato soup for dinner. You got to have bacon. John's been on a BLT kick lately. Oh, I'm going to tell on him. Or should I save it for Sunday's video? No, I got to tell on him. So, I'm sitting here sewing this right here onto this critter, and he can see it this direction. But, you know, it's facing like this, facing me because I'm sewing this on. And he comes in, and whenever he comes in where I'm sitting and crocheting, he always tries to guess what it is. And he thought this was a giraffe. Now, again, it was upside down, so, but yeah, he thought Pikachu was a giraffe. So I had to tell on him, just in case he's still listening. Yep, that was, it looks different now. Oh, because I moved those over. Okay. Anyhow, anyone ever had a crookie a cookie baked into a croissant. Never heard of it. Are you going to Lucky Dip again? I will, eventually. There were just some things that I specifically need to make first, unless I change what's in my bucket, wherever I put that at. It was over here on the shelf, but I don't see it now. I hope I didn't mix it up. That means I have to go through it all again. Yeah, no, that was fun. Except when it kept giving me all the hard ones back to back. Robin's getting the shed tonight. Oh, I don't think so. It's too close to Sunday. Let's see. John, I think you and her should both spend time in the shed tonight. No way, Mary. Too many mosquitoes. I've been seeing viral bakeries do videos on cookies. Haven't tried them. Nope. Where did the name of my monkey pattern come from? Well, when Jenna was about 2 years old, somewhere around there, she ended up getting a Curious George monkey plushie, and she called it Mona. Its name was Mona Brown. So that just kind of stuck with me, and that's what we named that pattern, Mona Brown. Are you guys all crocheting right now? I am, kind of. I'm stuffing a little bit, getting a little carried away with that stuffing. Take a little bit of that out. Are y'all in competition for first place? And then if you want to know how Moose the giraffe got its name, so I made the giraffe and I showed it to John and he thought it was Moose. He thought it was a moose, so it is now called Moose the giraffe. So Donna was crocheting till we all made her hungry talking about all those potato chip flavors. John does not know how to crochet. Yep, those spots are a dead giveaway. Chocolate chip cookie dough pressed into a croissant, and you bake it again until it's melty. Ooh. Lemon cake. That sounds yummy. Moose the giraffe is a good seller for me. Everybody loves him. Next favorite is Mona the monkey. Oh. You got a definite no. Yeah. Lots of guys crochet. There's nothing wrong with guys crocheting. I don't think that John's hands would allow him to do it. I think it would cause him a lot of pain. You know, he's done construction for so many years, he's abused the heck out of his hands. Mary, I don't think he'd be able to do it because of the condition of his hands. Although we could, let's see. You're hooking up the bug zapper for the shed? Yeah, I doubt that. You'll still be out there alone, dude. It's too hot. No air condition. Mm-mm-mm. What was I gonna say? Y'all made me forget. Don't be giving John no ideas. Making chickens, never thought I would need to, but down to 2 after about 2 months of not selling any. Isn't it weird how that works? I could go forever in a day and not sell one and then sell 2. It's like the stupid bullet bees, you know, they never sold for me. It was, well, I can't say never because I did eventually get rid of them, but not like everybody was saying that they sold. So I stopped making them, and then I decided to do some little rainbow ones to go to Summerfest. So I threw in a couple of black and yellow ones in there in the mix, and I sold some. So I can't explain it. Mary, I am not adventurous at all. I like set routine. Only rainbow bees sell for you? I've sold only one of the rainbow bees, but because I was making those, I just decided to throw a couple of the black and yellow in the mix, and that happened to be what sold. We're not going to make John hurt his hands just for entertainment. However, we could do a live. I could lock him out for a week out of this room where he can't see what I'm making, and then we could have him guess what is the critter on a live. That would be more entertaining than watching somebody suffer trying to learn to crochet. Jennifer Myrtle, the turtles, yeah, they sell really good. So even, what is it, Tiana, the tiny turtle, which is bigger than Myrtle the turtle, does pretty well. Let's see. Bacon, making bacon, bumble making. Use the ear from your dragon for wings. Jill, I do my Myrtle the turtle out of Brights, and they sell just fine. I actually like them made out of the Brights because they come out bigger than the Parfait Chunky. I was doing them out of what I had left of Sweet Snuggles Light and the Home Slim, and then I just don't have that big of a color selection anymore, so I switched to doing them in Brights. Oh, y'all are talking about new yarn again? No, no new yarn. Rose, what kind of price do you put on them? Maybe you need to just adjust your price. Oh, it won't be me, Jose. Hello, Joe's Web. How are you? Oh. 22 for medium size. What pattern are you using? I mean, what do you consider a medium size? You know, does that 22, is that like a firm 22, or could you put it at $20 and see if people like that kind of price better? Heck, I've even seen people say, if it's not selling, raise your price. I have not personally tried that, but I have seen people do that. Oh, Krista, I think the price on that at $7.99 for 170 yards is almost the same thing as the same price as the Parfait Chunky at $4.99 for 130 something. $131 yards, Sue. Yeah, I didn't have a wrapper sitting right here. Which yarn do you like better, Premier Parfait or Chenille Brights? Well, I like them both, and for different reasons. I like the Parfait Chunky, the old Parfait Chunky, where it was very soft and silky and spoiled my hands. But lately it is, I swear, thinner, and it doesn't have the same feel. I like the Chenille Brights because it's thicker. Some of them are soft. It's not silky soft and shiny like Parfait Chunky is, but the Chenille, most of them are decent to work with. Every now and then you get a thin skein where it doesn't seem like there's hardly, you know, anything on the string, and other times you get where it's really thick on the string and it's hard to work with, but most of the time it's very soft, I think. Let's see. That makes sense, Mary, probably partially because people know cheap crochet means it may be from Temu. You haven't done the math. Yeah, well, you have to remember, it's never too much yarn, it's just not enough storage space. You get asked all the time while you're actually sitting there making them. Yep. And then, oh, how long does it take you to make one? Well, which one? Because they're all different. The turtle video on YouTube, there's probably quite a few. No, it's been thin for a while. It's never been a 6 weight in my opinion. It was more like a 5, but it's starting to look like a 4. It's definitely thinner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Definitely have to keep buying more shelves for the yarn. And then just when you think you have everything you need, you get low on a color, and because you have to order it online, you want to get the free shipping, so you have to order enough to get the free shipping, so then you end up with a great big box of yarn. It's a vicious cycle, but boy, do they catch us on it every time. Silent storm. Yes, because I'm not going to pay the shipping. I am going to spend enough to get the free shipping. I do it every time. And it's like, I'm looking at my yarn and I'm going, okay, I'm low on this color. I have to have that particular color. So that means I have to order other stuff. What might I be needing very closely in the near future? And then it just goes from there. Because Lord knows I don't want $80 worth of one color. Yes, new patterns help with when you lose your Crojo. Doing something different from what you've been doing. Like, if you've been doing plushies, maybe you make something out of granny squares. Or if you've been doing the flat crochet, maybe make a little plushie. Apply to pattern test, that helps. Just look at the free patterns. Whenever I get in that kind of mood, usually I'd make a turtle, and turtles help me get back in the mood. But so do new patterns. And we all know I have a pattern addiction. I can't help myself. But you'd be proud of me. I have not even looked at Etsy today. I finished my Oogie Boogie, and then I made a couple of little items, and then I was like, well, let me get some snake heads ready and we'll do a live tonight. So I just kind of been doing stuff like that. Oh, yes. But you know what? We could be addicted to worse things, right? I mean, it could definitely be worse. You thought Mary was the weird one? Huh? What happened? Are you calling me weird? Because I'm being nosy on y'all's private conversation in my chat that I'm missing? Let's see. What is your favorite animal, Joe? You know, Dara, I started that with my patterns. I was printing them and putting them in a binder with the sleeve protectors and all that good stuff. And then it got very heavy, and then I was like, no, I'm only going to print it if I know I need to be mobile. And then I'll just print the pages that I need. I won't print the whole thing because ink is expensive, paper is expensive, and yeah. So I have one more snake left that I had a head prepared for, but my fingers are feeling it. So I'm gonna wait a little bit. But we got 4. This one I came to the table with, so I'd have something to measure against. And we just sat there and made these 3. So that will give me some color in my snake section at the market. I used Mystical for the snakes. That way I don't have to do color changes, and it just, you know, gives it that textured look like it's got the scales. But yeah, it's all Mystical. I had one time I sat there and just made one of each color of the Mystical that I had, like just boom, 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 back to back, because these are so fast. But, you know, Pillowcat did me in last week. He had 3 separate binders, one for critters, one for Christmas, and the other is for bag patterns. Yeah. I couldn't look at a pattern on my phone. No way. Nope. It's apt to be on the computer or the iPad. Cannot do it on the phone. Or printed. Because, like, sometimes I'll print one, like, oh, if I'm going to take crochet with me to the market, like, what do I want to make? Then I'll print it out. And usually I try to pick something that's a 1 or 2 pager. I don't want multiple pages to have to keep track of. And usually I can't finish anything anyways because there's too many distractions. Heather, you would put creepy eyes on everything if I would let you. Whether snake eyes or the glitter eyes will solve with the... I have used the glittered eyes on it. I have not put the snake eyes on them, which I do have some. I just didn't think about it. But I am so low on the glitter eyes, and so I just put the black ones in, and these do fine. They sell just fine. But I have used the colored eyes. I can't say that one is better than the other. I think it's more the color of the yarn that you use. Because I don't think I have anything but I think it's earthenware for the mystical color, kind of an orangish color, not like reddish orange, not orange. And that's like the only mystical snake I have left. The rest of them were ones that were just bits and pieces of whatever yarn that I was using at the time. My iPad, they've been selling for me, so I wondered. No way I could use my phone for patterns. Luckily I have a big iPad, or I'd have to print. Yeah, I can't use the phone either. No, it's too small. Earthenware, Canyon, maybe it's one of those. It's kind of, it's back there, but you know what? I don't feel like getting up. I could just go over there and look. Let's see. Wondering how a Labubu would look with creepy eyes. Labubus are creepy enough. And then they'd have to be the right shape, because they need to be like the oval, not round. What do you mean? For once you agree with me, Heather. Oh, I look tired tonight. I am a little tired. I'm just thrilled that I didn't have to go sit out in that heat. You know, and because all week it said 70% chance of rain, and it even as we got closer, 70% chance of rain. And then today when I looked this morning, it said 70% chance of rain. And I was just thrilled to death when they said they were canceling the market. I was like, thank goodness. Because that would have really sucked to drive an hour, set up, and then get rained out. Have any of you tried glow-in-the-dark yarn? I have not. Creepy eyes, be funny, perfect gift for my mother, scare her. That's not nice, Jose. Don't scare your mom. You used it to make a firefly? Kind of fun. Let's see. The heat can... Oh, it is. It is. Oh... Yeah, I haven't. Isn't it Lion brand that has the glow-in-the-dark yarn? I've never even looked at it to buy it. I've had no interest in it. Oh, and if it's rough and stiff, I won't use it because that'll tear my hands up. Oh, very hard on the hands. See, I'm not the only one. So we haven't talked about anything funny tonight. How come? Y'all have just been chatting away. I know John tried to get y'all talking about funny stuff. Just kidding. All right. So it is almost 8:40. So we've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. And I'm going to say that it's time to go. You did, but you missed it. Huh? You couldn't keep up. Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. I understand what you're trying to say. And I probably did miss it because I couldn't keep up. I was trying to make the snakes. This is the last one that needs to be done. It's a green spearmint, I think this one is. It's different from this green. So, at least that's what I have done up on the heads. And I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on my birthday and all the birthday wishes y'all sent my way. But, yeah, I'm going to go. And it won't be a market recap on Sunday. You're just going to have to see what I made besides snakes. Okay? All right. We will see you guys next time.